There are a lot of dragons in Dragon City, but some of them are better than others. In this video, I'll be giving you a vision on what dragons are on the higher end in terms of Heroic VIP, Legendary VIP, and Mythical VIP. So firstly, I would start off with Heroic VIPs. There are three main Heroic VIPs that are on the higher end in, the whole point or the whole category of HVIP 500 Orb Dragons. First being High Redemption Norn, mainly because of one, his elements, really nice primary with the dream, helps you counter those very annoying Master Karma dragons, and the No Remorse skill, which deals damage to all opponents and the user is hurt, which is very good when paired with attack perks, which I did with my own High Redemption Norn. But the most useful skill of this dragon, in my opinion, is the Reincarnation. So upon knockout, they revive or heal an ally. Now this is very good since you can just put a random reincarnation, doesn't even need to be that good, random reincarnation redemption, and then use it to revive your main dragon if you only have one main dragon or two main dragons. So it's a very nice skill to have on your team, especially in the form of High Redemption Norn, a very solid dragon in my opinion. Next, we have High Arcana Judgment. Let's just wait it to load. So Soul Primary and High Arcana Judgment has one of the best skills in the game as well, in the form of Arcana Absorption. So hits multiple times and it deals damage to all opponents, but not only that, she heals herself or the user, which is very good. It's like 3 skills in one dragon. And she also has Arcana Emergency, pretty mid in my opinion, but overall extremely good dragon. High Arcana Judgment, especially with that Soul Primary, and the elements are quite nice as well. Next, we have our brand new, or the newest, Heroic VIP dragon in the form of High Gamma Guard, Magic Primary. But the thing that makes this dragon stand out is guard dragons are known to be quite annoying, especially when they use their guard ability. Now just imagine that in a Heroic VIP. Well, High Gamma Guard has exactly that in the form of Gamma Guard. His magic ability deals damage and reduced damage dealt to the user and allies for several turns or hits, as you may call it. But Gamma Guard is a very good dragon because you can negate damage, block crits, and that stuff, so he is quite useful as a defensive all-rounder. Next, we'll have the legendary VIPs. Now from High Gamma Guard, we will go to Giga Guard, a legendary guard. The skill is just like Gamma Guard, just slightly weaker. Now, we have a original version of the guards in the form of the Walking Dead dragons. Here we have Daryl. As we can see, his skill Bunker deals damage and reduces damage dealt to the user and allies for several turns or hits. So it's a very probably very similar to the Gamma Guard ability or the guard ability, probably just identical, just different names. And I will show you this ability in game by where's my arena. I'll show you this ability in game by battling in the academic trials. Here we can see we have High Gamma Guard, and the Walking Dead dragon will be Daryl. So let's battle. And here we can see that the first skill is Gamma Guard, so I'll put this on ×2 speed and I'll click on Gamma Guard there. You can see that he puts up a shield, and when the opponent attacks, it just blocks the damage, so it reduces the damage and it negates crits, which is quite good. Now the same goes with the Walking Dead dragons with the Bunker skill. I'll put it on ×2 speed. So here we use Bunker, and he blocks, and here we can see that we have both the Bunker skill and the Gamma Guard skill, which is quite useful. Now let's just finish this up real quick so we can continue with our battle. our video. My apologies. And maybe let's get the rank up on Daryl. Okay, now with that out of the way, we will continue. Our next dragons being Dual Perception and Dual Parliament. Mainly Dual Perception, but unfortunately he hasn't been doing real well because most of the heroic VIPs have the wind element, which Dual Perception, he is just basically getting bullied in Mastery Arenas with those wind heroic VIP dragons, but he is very good because of his skill Time Steal. Now Dual Perception is like 3 vampires in one. I will show you why in a moment. So Time Steal, deal multiple hits and gives an extra turn. First, multiple hits, we get to get rid of Titan Shields or Corrupted Shields, which is quite good. Now that is the Hexed skill, Hex Agony, deals multiple hits. Now it gives an extra turn, is also quite good because you can get rid of the shield, then deal some extra damage, so that is quite nice. That is the Sinful skill. And the Dual Rebound, huge damage is dealt but the user is also hurt. This is the Reckless Victory or the Prideful Vampire skill. So he is quite good. He's basically 3 vampires in one. His primary is quite nice, but unfortunately with the heroic VIPs coming out, he hasn't been doing that good. But Dual Perception is quite a nice dragon, and I will do one battle with Perception. Okay, one battle with Perception. So here we can see that our opponents have the what's it called, the Corrupted Shield. So here we can see I will use Time Steal. It grants an extra turn and it deals the damage. Now again, it is our turn because of course Time Steal grants an extra turn. So here we'll just get rid of Corrupted Flame's shield real quick. Let's just speed this up, and we'll do that. And then our next skill, which is the Fire skill, Dual Rebound. Here we can see the user is hurt, but the damage is quite significant. So Dual Perception is a very solid dragon, as you can see. Moving on, next we have the legendary Arcana dragons. Now here we have Arcana Full with the Magic primary. There are V1 and V2 Arcanas, but the one most people go for and the one most people like is the V2 Arcanas with the Arcana Absorption skill. Now just like Arcana Judgment, hits multiple times, heals the user, and damages all opponents, so that is also quite good. Okay, let's do a battle with what's his name, Fool. So here I'll let Perception get rid of this one first so it can be a crit and Fool doesn't die. Okay, now we can see Arcana Absorption. So here, deal multiple hits and damages all opponents, and he just recovered health right there. So Arcana Full and the entirety of the V2 Arcanas being Chariot, Hermit, Fool, and Death. I have 3 of them. I would say they are quite good, one of the higher ends, just like these dragons on the Heroic VIP, Legendary VIP, and Mythical VIP rankings. So the Arcanas are definitely one that you should get. Next, we'll have the Redemption Dragons, specifically the Reincarnation version with Redemption Malice, I believe Redemption Conquest, Looter, and Blade, I believe. Now these dragons are quite good, just like I said with the High Redemption Norn. They have the ability to, upon knockout, a defeated ally will be revived, or if no ally is defeated, one will be healed, which is quite good. Like I said, if you have a 1 main dragon, you can just chuck in a Redemption Reincarnation dragon, and then he'll just revive your main dragon, then you're just basically good to go. So these dragons are definitely a pretty good dragon to keep on hand, especially in arenas where you know, you have one dragon one good dragon, well, you should have more than that, but you have one good dragon that fits into the requirements. Like the requirement, you have metal, and you have one good metal dragon. Maybe you could just chuck in Redemption Malice, and then when that good dragon of yours get defeated, you can just sacrifice Redemption Malice and then, you know, revive your main dragon. So the redemptions are quite nice. They have saved my butt so many times. I am quite thankful. Next, we have a pretty controversial dragon, I'll just say, or group of dragons, being the Karmas. Here we have Ambition Karma, and his skill is Karma Revenge. So this skill is just 100% luck, or RNG as we call it. So chance of absorbing opponent's attack and dealing twice the damage, which is a crit. So just imagine it like this: you deal damage, the Karma Dragon has a chance to take the damage normally or completely block that attack and then hit you back with ×2 damage or a crit. So theoretically, a level 1 Karma can wipe out basically a full team of level 70s, my apologies, if it blocks like 20 bajillion times. So the Karmas are quite decent dragons. They're basically extremely annoying to deal with, especially with the High Master Karma dragons with the improved stats and health. So every time you see a High Master Karma dragon, at least in my opinion, you just want to skip it, because if you're facing a team without a Karma, you know what you're dealing with, and RNG doesn't play a huge factor in that battle, so that is better for your odds. But Karma dragons can be useful sometimes, but sometimes they can just be absolutely garbage. And that brings me to my next set of dragons, the Berserker dragons. Here we have Permawound Berserker. Now Permawound Berserker is the mythical Berserker dragon. We also have Rage Root, Maeve, Rampage, I think, and the other one I can't remember his name. But Permawound Berserker, the Berserkers basically have the ability to do the Berserk ability, just like the name, deal increasing damage up after knocking up to 2 opponents. So how this works is you fire an attack, the opponent dies, you fire another attack, the opponent dies, and then the last opponent, the damage would be increased. So upon knockout, the damage will increase for the opponents. And he also has an extra ability called Permawound. Just like Dual Perception and Prideful Vampire, huge damage is dealt, but the user is also hurt. I also have this dragon, so looks like we'll be testing this dragon. Okay, Permawound. Hopefully we can one-shot these guys. Okay, Life Drain. As you can see, damage increased. I'll put this on ×2 for you to see better. Let's do Violet Winds. And here, damage is increased as well. And for our last hit, we'll be using Permawound. So remember, huge damage is dealt, but the user is also hurt. Now this is from a level 31 E1 Permawound Berserker Dragon. Let's click on it. Okay, deals damage to himself and a whopping 40,000 damage. That is quite decent for a level 30 dragon, and we also get the ranking. That is quite nice. So Permawound is one not to be underestimated. Unfortunately, he has been doing quite not as good as he was envisioned to be, let's just say, in his arenas, because he is getting crit quite a lot. And in my opinion, the last best category of dragons is the Spiked dragons. Now Spiked Pegasus dragon is our example here. Magic primary, quite good elements. Now remember, as I'm talking about these dragons, I am talking about their whole like family of dragons or family group. V1, V2 of dragons, and there are some reasons I left some dragons out. This is just a quick overview for this video, but the Spike's main skill is Impaling Outrage, so deals damage and protects the users from an attack while further damaging the opponent. Next, we have Pegasus Puncture, deals any remaining damage to another opponent. Now, I also do have Pegasus. The reason I picked this dragon is so that I can test them for you to see. Let's change Pegasus. Okay, let's see. So we will start by using Impaling Outrage, deals instant damage and protects the user from an attack while further damaging the opponent. Impaling Outrage, here we go. So here he deals damage and he is protected. Now the opponent dragon uses Light Star, and as you can see, my spiked Pegasus dragon does not take any damage because of the Impaling Outrage ability, and instead counterattacks, or the dragon who is attacking receives the damage, so that is quite good. Next, we'll try out Pegasus Puncture, deals any damage remaining to another opponent, so it's basically carry damage skill. So if the opponent has 1 HP left and the Pegasus Puncture deals 10 damage, this is not real, this is just an imaginary scenario. So 1 HP for the opponent and Pegasus Puncture deals 10, so that dragon will die, but the damage, which is 9, the 9 damage will be carried to another opponent. Now, if you don't understand what I'm yapping about, let's just see it for yourself. Pegasus Puncture, here we deals damage, and the damage will be transferred to the Columbus dragon. Okay, and let's finish this real quickly. And Impaling Outrage. Okay, so these dragons are I think we are done for this video. Now, these dragons that I have showed you are of course on the higher end. Let me know if I missed out on any dragons, or do you want a review or a testing of any other dragons. I'll see if I have them and I can provide that for you. But this has been really fun, and thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, it always helps very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.